Welcome back to FM Storey. In the last episode, we began this new save where we're looking to restore AC Milan to the glory of the early 90s and the early to mid noughties. Things started well. We won 6 out of our opening 7 games in the league. We won our first Champions League game. We didn't do an awful lot in the transfer market. So without further ado, let's get into the action because we've got some big games coming up against Roma and Juve. We've made it through to the end of October and the first of those big games that we mentioned, which is coming up against Roma. Things have gone exceptionally well in the league. We've had a very strange up and down in the Champions League since the end of the last episode. We do have some issues going into this game against Roma. As you can see, both our first choice fullbacks are suspended for this game. We ended the last episode with a 5-2 victory at home against Cagliari. We followed that up by resting players for the Champions League and losing 2-1 at home against Maccabi Tel Aviv. But then we put a couple of clean sheets back to back in the league, winning 5-0 away at Verona and winning 4-0 at home against Udinese. And then in the most recent game, we won 2-1 at home against Man City in the Champions League. So as far as the Champions League is concerned, obviously, because this is the first season and it's still FM24, it's the group stage rather than the league phase, which it would be in real life. We are top of the group by virtue of the fact that we beat Man City. We've got 6 points from 3 games. So it's actually potentially going to be pretty close going in towards the end of the group because Sporting and Maccabi Tel Aviv have both got victories. So there's only 3 points between first and fourth, with half the group left to play for. Now, as far as the league is concerned, we are currently sat in second with this game to come against Roma. Inter are still unbeaten, but they have drawn another game. So if we do beat Roma, we go back to the top of the table. Juventus, who we've got coming up shortly, have just lost another game, but they're up in third with 24 points from 10 games, the same as we have. We have by far and away the best goal difference. Kyle Walker's had an outstanding start to the season, third in the average rating and joint second in terms of assists. Ricardo Sotil, when he's come into the team, has been outstanding as well, which gives us some headaches. Thankfully, in recent weeks, João Felix has been injured, so we've actually moved Rafael Leao in behind the front man and played Sotil on the left. But once Felix is fully back in, we're going to have some nice headaches to have in terms of who we pick in those attacking areas of the pitch. But as we say, going into this game against Roma, thankfully for them, Dovbik's out injured, but we need to figure out what we're doing in the fullback position. And so here we go. Here's the team we've picked for the trip to Roma. We've gone with the youngster Terracciano right back. Florenzi is playing left back. We don't have an awful lot of other options. We've got Emerson Royale on the bench, but other than that, we don't have many other fullback options. Felix is fitting up to be on the bench, but we've still gone with Leao in behind Santiago Jimenez with Sotil off the left. So it's a diamond for them, and that could be quite dangerous, especially with Dybala in the number 10 role. We've gone with a 4-2-3-1, and hopefully we can continue where we've been so far in the league. Florenzi cutting in field, swings it across to Terracciano on the right. He drives in towards the box, goes back out again, still has it, pulls it back to Pulisic, squares it, Sotil shot's blocked, and Pulisic shot straight at the keeper. Terracciano to Pulisic, back to Terracciano. And they're certainly playing around with a lot on that right-hand side. Back to Mike Mannion. Right, now we've got some space on the left if we can get out to the full-back. Fofana now with it. Now Florenzi bringing it forward. Gives it away. Now they're breaking, but thankfully Florenzi gets back to win it. Now Terracciano bringing it forward. Pulisic. What a ball for Leao. I don't know how the keeper's managed to save that. For it to go that direction, but we'll take it. Terracciano, Pulisic in straight into the hands of the keeper, which is a bit of a weird start to a highlight. So something weird's happening here. They've gone long down the field. Terracciano gets it. Pulisic back to Tomori. Terracciano in field. Reinders swings it across looking for Sotil. It's cut out at the back. Pulisic wins it back. Jimenez must be offside. I mean, the flag's gone up, but I don't see how that's going to get given. And no, it has been disallowed, but it's been a bit of a frantic opening 10 minutes here. I mean, it was actually closer than I thought it would. It was a decent finish. We did say that Juventus had lost another game. It was the game today against Monza, and they got hammered 4-0. Pellegrini with a corner for them. So pulled back to the edge of the box. And thankfully that's crashed off the top of the bar and over. Florenzi with a throw. Leao. Back to Florenzi. Leao finds Sotil. Florenzi drives it across. Pulisic to the back post to tap it home. And that's 1-0. And I think based on what we've seen so far, definitely we deserve to be in front. So play on the left-hand side between the three of them. It actually gets a big deflection. I think Florenzi was shooting. And Pulisic turns it home. Thiaw to Florenzi. Now Sotil to the right. Reinders onto Jimenez. Pulisic squares it. Jimenez's shot saved. And a great save for the second time to deny Rafael. Pulisic with a corner. In towards the near post. It's up in the air. Reinders finds Terracciano, who goes down. Reinders now has it on the edge of the box and goes back to Florenzi, and nothing comes of it. Leao, Florenzi into Jimenez. Leao driving in, and in the end just gets eased off it for the keeper to pick it up. Corner for them to the back post. We've got a head on it. Wrench on the right for them. Kone into the box, still going. And that's a brilliant save by Magnan to turn it behind for a corner. They're starting to build a bit of pressure now. Dybala to take it, outswinger towards the back post. And we've got a head on it. Now Terracciano can bring it clear. Goal kick for them goes long. Tomori wins the header. Leao now on the left-hand side. Gets to the byline. Finds Sotil. Back to Leao. Sotil in the box now. Squares it. And has Reinders to turn it home for his first goal of the season. And that's 2-0 on the stroke of half-time, and it makes things a bit more comfortable. We've dominated the game, and based on the chances we created, we probably should have been more than one up. And now we are. Just arriving on the penalty spot to fire past the keeper. And there we are. Half-time, 2-0 up. Pretty dominant first half. They've had a bit of a threat from set pieces. But things are looking pretty good still. Right, so we made some changes at half-time. See what happens with this corner first. Florenzi with it into the near post, up in the air. Felix, who's just come on. And the keeper safe. So Felix has gone for Pulisic. Sotil's gone to the right. Leao's gone out to the left. Terracciano's moved into midfield. And Emerson Royale's come on at right back. And we've also made another change in midfield with Yunus Musa coming on. Great save from close range there from Magnan. Needs to wake up at the back there. The game's quieting down a bit, but Florenzi with a throw for us. João Felix loses out. And they're looking to play it out, and they've got some runners ahead of Pellegrini. Baldanzi's tackled, but it falls to Shomodarov, and he can't hit the target. And Emerson Royale with the throw. João Felix goes back to Tomori. Terraciano turns and goes back to Tomori again. Terraciano finds Musa. It's a lovely ball. Out to Leao. Florenzi. Thiaw into Jimenez. Finds Soto on the right. He fires it high and wide. So we made our final changes. Chukwueze's come on for Soto, and Kamada's come on up front instead of Jimenez. Florenzi gets to the loose ball on the left. Leao finds Musa. Terraciano. João Felix gives it away on the edge of their box. And now they're attacking. It's come all the way through to Shomodarov, and he's through. And he fires home. And that was just horrendous. Felix gives the ball away. Tomori misses his header. Thiaw misses the challenge on Baldanzi. And it just goes all the way through. And Shomodarov takes this chance this time. And actually, like the chances have been pretty good, because they've got over 2 XG. Now Pellegrini with a free kick. Thiaw gets his head on it. João Felix down the line for Leao, making the run. Musa over to Chukwueze, cuts inside, bends it into the corner. We've caught them on the counter-attack there as they're pushing for an equaliser. I mean, it would have been a bit of an unjust result if we hadn't won this game based on the chances we created. We've certainly worked their goalkeeper, and Chukwueze gets an injury time goal that should seal it. And there we are, full-time 3-1. Decent performance again. Again, there are some defensive frailties. I mean, today there's a bit more of an excuse for them with missing our first choice fullbacks, but we are getting played through in the middle quite a lot this season. But thankfully, we're creating chances, we're scoring more goals than the opposition, and we're winning most of our games so far. So it's time for the game against Juventus. The other big game that we talked about. We've played one game since that game against Roma, which was, for some reason, the second game we played this season against Fiorentina. We did come out of that with a 2-1 victory. Juve are down in 4th, but they do have a game in hand. We are top of the table, still 1 point clear of Inter. We have switched things up slightly just in terms of from the last team that we saw. So Kyle Walker and Theo Fernandez are back to play full-back. But in the positions behind Jimenez, Soto's playing off the right, Leao's playing off the left, and Pulisic is playing in behind Jimenez for this game. And this is, I think, the first time all season that we've actually had everyone available. All the first team squad are available, no suspensions, no injuries. So hopefully we can go out and get a big victory at home and really lay a marker down for the rest of the season. It's 4-2-3-1 against 4-2-3-1. They look like they could have a very dangerous side in front of goal with Gonzalez, Vlahovic and Randall Kolo-Muani. And that isn't exactly how we wanted to start, with Pulisic picking up an injury early on. Right. With Felix still on his way back, we brought Loftus-Cheek on for Pulisic. Not an awful lot happening early on in this game. Right. Theo Hernandez with a corner in towards the box. Easy for the keeper to come and claim. And then they've rolled it out. I mean, it's far too easy the way they've got up to the halfway line already. Kolo-Muani on the right. Zeki Celik into the box. Oh my God. How have we let them basically walk up the pitch? And then we just let him dance into the box and get a shot off. And there we are, half time. We've seen very little action in that first half. Like, if you looked at the match stats, we've probably, shaded it in terms of the chances and the XG. They've obviously been more clinical and they've had more of the ball. And we have a few fitness concerns as well. Right, we've made a couple of changes. Loftus-Cheek's dropped back and Reinders has come off because he's been booked and was struggling fitness-wise. And Felix has come on. And then we've brought on Chukwueze on the right-hand side. His Soto had a bit of a stinker in that first half. But we're letting them walk up the pitch again, basically. Theo Hernandez cuts that one out, finds Loftus-Cheek. Tomori to Walker, Loftus-Cheek. Chukwueze rides the challenge, finds João Felix into the box. And he hits it straight at the keeper. And Theo Hernandez with a throw to Leao, back to Hernandez, to the back post. Chukwueze heads it into the defender, tries to square it, goes back to Walker. Chukwueze, onto his left foot, finds João Felix at the near post. He somehow gets it past the keeper, and that's 1-1. So Walker gets it to Chukwueze in the box. He then gets it onto his left foot. And Felix is in extra space at that near post and fires it across the keeper. Right, we made a double change because of fitness issues. Lorenzi's come on at the left back and Musa's come on for Rafael. And now it looks like we might be losing Jimenez as well, as he's walked off with an injury there. Presumably that was a foul was what led to the free kick that we've got on the edge of the box. Lorenzi standing over it, over the wall, and unfortunately wide of the post. And hopefully Jimenez doesn't have to go off because we've used all our subs. Ball to the back post, headed clear as far as Chukwueze. He's still got it, still has it. The ball into the box. And now they've lumped it up the field and we're chasing after it. But Tiao's across to tidy it up. Back to Maignan. And then Fofana to Musa. Jimenez finds Chukwueze into Loftus-Cheek. He finds the back of the net, and we've gone 2-1 up. So Fofana finds Musa. He turns and runs at the defence. Jimenez just a lovely ball to put Chukwueze in. Finds Loftus-Cheek in the box, and he beats the keeper. And a free kick for them. Shooting opportunity. It's going to be Koopmeiners to take it. Lifts it over the wall. Maignan turns it behind for a corner. And the outswinging corner. Into the near post. And Maignan turns that one behind as well. That was a pretty free header that he got there, which is a bit of a concern. Another corner against that near post. Loftus-Cheek this time gets his head on it and gets it away. Right. Poor ball forward from them. We've gone back to the keeper. His pass is picked out away into the box looking for Vlahovic. Gets his head on it. Comes back off the woodwork. And we've managed to scramble it clear for a throw. We are hanging on a bit here. A throw for them. Loftus-Cheek nicks it though, brings it clear. Jimenez, Loftus-Cheek making the run in behind the defence. Into the box, shoots, and it's easy for the keeper. 6 minutes of injury time from somewhere. Florenzi now will bring it forward. Looking to go around the outside, gets the ball into the box. Wow, that was nearly an almighty own goal. It looked like the keeper played it off the post to keep it out of the back of the net. And there we are, full time, 2-1. We've come from behind, and then once we got in front, we did have to hold on towards the end there. Some injury concerns and fitness concerns after this one. But we maintained our place at the top of the table. We have made it to the end of November and things are still going pretty well. Obviously, the injury that Pulisic picked up against Juventus was pretty bad. He was out for up to 7 weeks. Following on from the Juventus game, we got hammered 3-0 away against Man City in the Champions League. We then won 3-2 against Monza, where we had to come from 2-1 down with a couple of late goals, especially a goal from Tammy Abraham in the last 10 minutes or so to gain the 3 points. We then beat Empoli pretty comfortably 4-0 at home. And then in the most recent game, we won 3-1 at home against Sporting in the Champions League, having taken the opportunity to try and rest a few players as well. What it means going into the last game of the group in the Champions League, we are in second position with 9 points. But it will all depend on what happens in the last game in the group. We are playing Maccabi Tel Aviv. If we lose that game, despite the fact that we'll be on the same number of points and we'll probably have a better goal difference, they would have beaten us twice in the group stage and we would drop out into the Europa League. But hopefully we can go there and get a result and see us into the knockout stage of the Champions League. And as far as the league's concerned, still just the one defeat. We've won 13 games. We are top of the table, 3 points clear of Inter. We haven't played Inter yet in the league. We haven't played Atalanta yet, who are up near the top of the table as well. So there's going to be some tough games coming up, but things so far going pretty well. And there we are, the end of another episode. And as we said, things have continued on in a great form. We haven't lost any of the 7 league games we've played. In fact, we've won every one of the 7 league games we've played since the end of the previous episode. Things are going great. We're on the verge of qualifying for the knockout stage of the Champions League as well. But join us next time because we've got some big games coming up in December. Teams that are up in the top 6 or 7 teams at the moment. We've got Atalanta coming up. We've got Torino coming up. And we've got the first derby against Inter. So join us next time to see how we get on. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you then.